you walk through this, age 15 got me down on my knees. Age 15 got me down see, my grade point average was 6.5 for law, because I'm not a lover man. I don't enter into personal relations. In other words, I'm not a hooker and a whore and a slut and a killer and a sinner and a whore. I'm not. God forbid you had to walk a mile in my linen shoes, in their linen shoes. Oh, Professor Grażyna. Oh, Professor Peter, he's like my favorite. I was like, who's your favorite teacher? He's like, Professor Grażyna is my favorite teacher. I was like, really? Yes, and yes, our common, beautiful, wonderful, super intelligent, wonderful. I just heard 16th of December. He's like lying down, like twisting the feet, and I was like, so your favorite law professor? And he's like, Professor Baltrushaitis is my favorite teacher. That is so sweet. I know. Jeśli miłość coś znaczy, to musi dać znać kiedyś. Też to zobaczysz, powiesz mi tak. Zniknie Warszawa, tak ja jestem. Well, right. I'm so happy. Look, I'm really happy. So, you walk through all the law students are so beautiful. Remember when I wrote this essay, how beautiful are law students wearing suits? Because they're beautiful. Male law students are so beautiful. They're so cute Air Force. Cute Air Force law students. I'm so like, yes, I am cancerous. I am so much cancerous. Therefore, I have such admiration for history. I love history. I really love history, and so therefore I got from Daddy. Yes, Daddy. More picture frames. I mean, I could never get enough picture frames. And Daddy. Oh yes, Daddy. Right, man, this is so gothic. It gives me the shivers because I'm like an ordinary, reasonable man, lover man. Until the end, there's a devil waiting outside your door, and he's cunning, and he's revolutions. How many revolutions? 8 revolutions? That was 8. Those were 7 revolutions around the axis. And I just been to. Look, our Daddy got these cute socks because Daddy knows they were collecting socks. Socks are so cute and straight as a fiddle. Well, because I have this Warsaw University backpack, and we're going to Tau. We're going to Tel Aviv University with this wonderful backpack. It's really cute. It's really cute. Ktoś kiedyś powiedział, tak to każdy by chciał. W sztuce latania. Professor Lech Gardicki in 2005. I was telling my friend Ernesto, who was a great lawyer in Genoa, in the city where Christopher Columbus lived. And I told him that they were having your regular criminal code. And Professor Lech, who was the Supreme Court, the main judge of the Supreme Court at that time, pierwszym prezesem of the Supreme Court of the SN, said, I was like, well, and I was like, okay, so we're going over, well, not the criminal, the military code, yet in the regular code, there is a provision that says, deserter, no? And he's like, hey, and the 2 gentlemen, przelecieli się. They took a flight, sztuce latania, Yeah, that's a very fun memory. Holding lovely memories. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I love this. I have spent so many years waiting for the Dean, waiting for the Son of Man. All right, this is super durable. Like nothing happens. This is so look, this is so wonderful. Yeah, it never breaks, and those are movable fixtures. And aren't they just the people who make them are so sweet. They have came to Varshagot. I wouldn't say no. And are they happy? Yes, they are happy. No, now you want for the children of the. Why should I? How can I be lost if I got T-Rex? I've got T-Rex. Wait, let's see. Let's see. Do children kill the first Pharaoh's son? The firstborn Pharaoh's son, kill him. Drummers, do they have a nice voice? Oh, that's a good survey. Let's do a survey. Whether children, whether they have a vocal talent. That's a good question. Right, vocal, yeah. Yes, Tau. Oh my God, I am so obsessed with Taurus. I love Taurus. Like I'm really obsessed. See, oh yeah, I have it right here in the on the inner, right here on the. I have doctor in yes, Rofe Mishpatim. I have it right here, and I'm so obsessed. I'm in love, and it makes me thrives me, and inspires me. And I am so happy. Therefore, I'm going. The law students we used to talk to each other. We're going nach Hause. Oh yeah, we're going nach Hause. We're going עכשיו אני הולכת, אנחנו הולכים לביתה. אנחנו הולכים, yeah. Well, you know, it's better than nothing. And our Professor Christopher Handel, Professor Ronchka, like, we're walking in 2009, we're walking down the campus, around the campus, and Professor Krzysztof Ronchka says, oh, shalom aleinu, shalom, because I'm greeting Simon Perez. Well, the professor, oh my God, I've just seen a statue of Madame Mickiewicz, but also I've seen a old map that cost 7,000 guldens, really, and that's how much it cost. But there was a statue in the auditorium, the Max Planck. I am so good with the Max Planck. I sustain really long on my hands in the plank. Well, yeah, it was very good. And I'm like, this is ultimate. I'm the Rofe of Briut Mishpatim. I'm the doctor of legal health. And also of Tisa, of flight. We're taking flight in the early day. Up the hill in the early day, in the early day, and of course in dawns or early light. I do look wonderful. I'm wearing a hat because it's winter. It's the 29th, right? It's the Thursday, the 29th of December. Yeah, it was such a lovely Hanukkah, and I cannot wait for Shabbos. Tomorrow's Shabbos. I'm getting this wonderful candelabra. Okay, so I got these socks, but you know how much they costed? Look, these socks, aren't they cute? Lucky socks. They costed. They costed $4. That is $1.20. I'm so happy. Like I love socks. Because like you don't have to get socks that cost like $50. Like inflation is so stupid. People should have access to happiness, and this is those are the principles of a happy society. Scandinavia, in Sweden, at our home in Sweden, everyone is happy, satisfied, and no one is suffering, and no tyranny. People are happy and thriving, and look and beaming with happiness and beauty, especially those from April 19th. Oh, how thriving with happiness and magic. Oh, magic, yes, and also the vocal adaptation of the climate of ancient Babylon. I just went to the archaeology. Well, it sounds similar. I went to archaeology, searching for the Institute of Ancient Babylon. I was like, so which professor is dealing with ancient Babylon? Marduk Steinmeier. Windsor is dealing with ancient Babylon. Professor Marduk is dealing with ancient Babylon. In 2005, during Valentine's Day in February, I have been writing this forensic science, and the guy comes into the library because Abuelo has been the prime minister. And my cousin, they went to London and they met Abuelo, and Abuelo's like, here, you want my card? You want my business card? You want to exchange? And Uncle has exchanged like contact numbers with Bat Dod, with cousin. And I'm like, well, I met Abuelo in the airport in Heathrow, yeah, and also, but in February, it was actually February 14, literally, in 2005. I'm sitting in the institute where the Abuelo had their office in the Royal Route in Warsaw, Trakt Królewski, and I'm writing my essay about fingerprints detection from the 1910 techniques. And I'm writing, and the guy comes into the place I was writing in the library of the Komenda Główna of the Mstera. Like every Reach Din has great properties of a very good cop. The cops and the queer, they're all cops. For example, our beloved boyfriend Peter, they're like, I'm not queer, but I'm a historian, and I know that I deal with, I'm good, and I'm protective. I'm a defender, and I'm the executive of two. So it's such a lovely sense of humor because they're Sagittarius. Oh God, I love Sagittarius. I'm getting this beautiful necklace that says Sagittarius. I'm eternally in love with Mr. Peter. I love him because Mr. Peter had a daughter, Caroline, and I seen he was exchanging pictures with me, but the North and South Carolina would be good Charlotte would be like, Abuelo, what in the world? And I could do nothing. Because I was listening to the radio, I was listening to just my imagination on the radio with this wonderful, intelligent man that came that has visited Jupiter and visited the moons of Jupiter. So that's pretty ancient because he visited the first discovered moons, and he also has properties of Clyde Tombaugh. And so it wasn't that bad, and it was mutually inspiring. But however, I have been kind of evil because I was not evil, but I went. And it's like, well, don't talk with my child, something. But it's forgiveness, because if someone has a dad who's a Sagittarius, I never had a dad who was a Sagittarius. I just had a friend, but those are friendly relations. For example, I talk with other astrophysicists. I talk with little boys, and I talk with girls, females. I'm heterosexual. I'm attracted to men, but I talk to females who are also dealing with astrophysics. So it's a branżowa rozmowa. It's a conversation within. But Mr. Peter, they have been an instructor of Himalayan hiking. So he's like, yeah, and I've been very but it's not love. Yeah, it is love. I was in love, but before I didn't know that love is actually, but it's artistic. It's artistic. So as a child, it was like, ew, like you had a romance with someone who's 27 years younger. It's like, no, because it was talking conversations about the first civilization, about like when money was discovered, because Sagittarius is like they're super successful. Sagittarius, they're gorgeous, and and it was like I went there and I talked about the history of law, and people do this. My friend's dad is an Aries and has like 30 apprentices, students, and teaches them acrobatics, and teaches like acrobatics of sound and of yoga, and so that's normal. Those are professional conversations with people, younger, older, age does not matter. I was really in love with Mr. Peter, and I have mutually gained so much knowledge. And actually, all my boyfriends, they love Peter. Lewis loved Peter. He was like, oh, I'm so obsessed. I was like, I'm him. I was like, yes, you. I was like, oh wow, I'm so rich, because the apartment was like, it was a 3-story apartment, and because there was also an attic, and so it was just this really sweet friendship. And we discovered Professor Baltrushaitis, and also like Professor Piotr. Those were great times, and I love the faculty of law. I love the faculty of law, and my heritage makes me so happy. I am a very super happy camper, very fond and happy camper, very happy. Oh yeah, did I say that when I was writing the forensic about the fingerprints detection, because we were detecting, there was this criminal called the Vampire from Silesia, and I was writing, and the guy comes into the library when I was writing, because I was like really writing it. I got a 5 from Mr. Peter. Professor Piotr gave me a 5, and because I was really heavy into crime detection, I was really fascinated with it. And in 2005, and I met Eric. Eric called me, and so I'm writing, and the guy comes into the library, and he's like, because it was 2005, he's like, he asked the librarian, where can I get the lyrics of the Marsilianka? Where can I find the lyrics to the anthem of Louis Napoleon? That's what I've seen. Oh my God, I've just been at the antique bookstore, and there was this huge portrait, like very large portrait, like this size. Like, where can I get the lyrics of the or something? Yeah, I've been there. So, and there's a huge portrait of Napoleon. Oh yeah, I've been around the legal system. Yeah, there was a whole absolutism. And Louis XIV, those beautiful people, aren't they? Yes, they're beautiful, and they are within us. You, me, them, everybody have the traits of Louis XIV, of Louis XV, Louis XVI, and then it was Louis Napoleon. And yes.